looks like, listen, I've been in this situation before in my career, come back and show what I can do. Been injured for a while for Arsenal. Really important to have him back at this stage of the season. You think maybe the dip in their form after Christmas was because he was injured. Lovely little run. Perfect finish. Great ball from Marino. You see in a second in the next goal as well. Marino sort of on somewhere on it right to Saka. He was really, really good. Assist for both goals. Battling, holding the ball up, getting up the pitch. You know, midfielder doing his job up front for him.
And we mentioned, Richie, you know, Real, no shot on target at home in the Bernabeu was all this remontada stuff. The comeback was on and all that stuff, which, well, look, just turned out to be hype in the end, and they couldn't back it up in any way. The Vinny goal, look, it was a gift. Saliba, a bad mistake, the sort of mistake he'll never make again.
Yeah, and it was a shame. Saliba was one of the outstanding players. There were so many in the Arsenal team, but Real Madrid's performance didn't deserve a goal. Arsenal's deserved a clean sheet. This is inexplicable. It's completely self-inflicted. It's nothing to do with the talent or creativity or how lethal Real Madrid can be going forward or how brilliant this player is individually. Arsenal kept them all quiet. None of them looked like the kind of players that you talk about about being the best in the world. None of them matched their reputations tonight, and Arsenal were fully deserving of a clean sheet, bar that. Yeah. Completely self-inflicted goal.
Yeah, it was the first ever goal that Real Madrid have scored against Arsenal. The winner then on the night, Kevin, and Martinelli, lovely finish. Yeah. The belief, the confidence, you know, what this means to them to actually go and win the game in the Bernabeu.
Yeah, again, back, winning the header, as we saw all night, winning the header from the cross. This is Marino as well, you know, looks up. The run from Martinelli, this stage of the game, still full of running. That's a sub. I think it was Frank Garcia who was chasing him back. He looks like the one who played 90 minutes. He's only on the pitch about 10 minutes. He's forward as well. He should be quicker than that, but timed his run well. Great ball from Marino. And deserved it, Martinelli. He's gone a while without scoring. Played very well, like all the Arsenal players did. I would have liked to see, I would have loved to have seen Odegaard getting a goal against his old club going back, because he was excellent as well. But fabulous finish and deserved away win. And again, repeat, it was really impressive performance. Not backs to the wall stuff. We thought it was going to be a struggle all night for them, and they might be looking to come out with a result they didn't. They were really, really impressive. I hope they can go on, you know, bring that. They're playing PSG, who are like Madrid, only slightly better organised. They have the same threat going forward. I hope Arsenal can bring this sort of performance through to the final, because they're a likeable team. They're really good, really solid, really organised with some quality.
Massive beat PSG 2-0 earlier on in the competition. This was match day 2. I suppose maybe a sign of the sort of confidence that Arsenal had. We've a passage of play here where they just kept the ball. And if you listen to the Arsenal supporters who were there, they're ole-oleing this.
They enjoyed it, yeah, and why shouldn't they? All the pre-match talk from the final whistle last week up until the kick-off tonight was all for understandable reasons, because we all know what Real Madrid at the Bernabeu can be. But Arsenal bossed so much of this game tonight, and this passage of play, look at the clock, it's still 0-0. There's a fair bit amount of time to go, and look at the confidence, the kind of the brashness or the complete authority they have here, playing it around now. And then this, lovely, absolutely brilliant. You could watch this again and again and again. Sign of absolute confidence, and they're in total control. They're now taking the mick out of the Real Madrid players, but it was superb. Now, on the flip side, all our focus so far has been on how good Arsenal have been. Individually, how they were great. Collectively organised, disciplined, composed, brilliant. There's another story to tell. That was the most abject performance I've seen by Real Madrid in ages. Now, they've played poorly before. They've got through games that they didn't deserve.
They were awful last week.
They were poor. They were terrible in London. Tonight, that's a performance that at that club gets the manager replaced in the summer. They may go on and win the league, and that mightn't even be enough to keep him his job. But so many of those players in that footage, you can say an Arsenal team prevented Real Madrid from scoring, and they did. But Arsenal didn't prevent Real Madrid from working. Real Madrid's attitude let them down again tonight. There was footage there we showed they were playing it around comfortably, confidently, as if they were the home team. And there was no Real Madrid players closing them down. There was none really busting a gut to make sure that Arsenal were dispossessed. And that's going to be the story in Spain, and for most of Europe, it'll be, you know, what's going on in the Real Madrid dressing room. But Arsenal can get on the plane tonight now that they were absolutely deserving
Yeah.
of the win.
Yeah. Just maybe, Kevin, stick on the Real piece for a minute, because like Ancelotti has had great success there. 2 years ago, you've heard me reference this game before, at the Etihad against Man City. They lost 4-0, and it could have been 14-0. They were absolutely awful. The next season, they go back and win it.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, they didn't sign anyone in January. Sure, they brought Mbappe in on a free. They spent a billion quid on the stadium, and they want to expand it still further. Like, they pride themselves on being the richest club in the world, €1 billion turnover, all of that stuff. And Ancelotti didn't get the players that he needed to fix a team. Carvajal out since the start of the season, Militao. And then you're bringing on a 39-year-old and these kids who may be wonderful players, but that's not Real Madrid.
There's still some squad there and some players there. And they're talking about the players they're going to sign in the summer and who they're bringing in and who they're going to, their right back was planned. It looks like Trent
on a free.
But that decision was made in January. Now, so he didn't want to sign anyone.
Yeah.
When they knew he was coming in the summer. The talk about Alonso, I think from about last September, coming in as manager, and I can imagine that's going to happen. It's been going on so long, and again in the last week or two, I think Ancelotti was spoken to about it during the week, and he said he'd heard about it as well. So it's been looked like a setup for that, and maybe it's the natural end of his reign. And no manager lasts long at Real Madrid, and for him, he's a top class manager. Harsh, they could still win the league. 4 points off Barcelona.
Yeah.
It's the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Last year we watched them a few times, and you wonder how did they win that game, and they just managed to do it. And they've just ran out of that steam, out of that look, or whatever it might be. And if he stays in charge, maybe he'll come back again next year to get the signings. But I don't think they'll give him that chance.
We want to get some reaction from the Arsenal camp. Let's hear from Miles Lewis-Skelly, the 18-year-old, and Declan Rice, who's a little bit older.
I think it's just such a special night for this club. It's a historic night for this club. We have an objective in this competition. We want to play the best teams, and we want to win this competition. And there was a lot of talk coming here about them coming back because they've done it so many times before, but we had so much belief and confidence from that first leg that we had enough to come here and win the game, and not just win the game. We knew we was going to suffer, but we knew we was going to win. And we had it in our mind, and then we done it in real life. So what a night for the club.
Miles, come in here. I mean, what a season you've had, period. But how was your first experience of the Bernabeu?
It was incredible. Honestly, when you see it on TV, it's a lot different to when you come live. So when I first walked out, it's a lot, but just got to take in a moment and have fun,
You are Champions League semi-finalists. This is the first time that Arsenal have done this since 2009. We've spoken about creating your own history, but what does that mean to you all?
It's massive, I sensed it before I signed to the club that we was on an upward trajectory as a club, and I felt it in the players we've got and the direction we want to go in. It's been tough in the Premier League because we lost out last year on a point. This year it slipped away from us, but in this competition we've done amazingly well, and this club's going to do special things over the next few years. We all fully believe it. We have full trust in this manager. He's unbelievable, and we've got players like him coming through, Ethan, other young lads who really want it as well. So we've got a real good mix, and look, like you said, semi-finals is massive for us, and we just want to take tonight in because we want to take it one step at a time. Now PSG next, who are an amazing team.
Yeah, Arsenal have never won this competition. Maybe this is the year. We're going to take a very short break, and then we will see the best of the action from all the other quarterfinals.